thanks for tuning in to another episode of the GTNN, the Green Thumbs News Network. I'm your host, Tall Rye.
And I'm Busy Bee. So grab yourself a snack and a beverage, and let's get into this week's homesteading news.
And this is Nala. So we start off today's program with some unfortunate news. As you can see, the roof recently ripped off in the last windstorm, but thankfully no one was inside and no one got hurt.
This is true, otherwise you and I would be filing our first bankruptcy. But we are in the works right now looking for a new studio, possibly even a new studio location. Or who knows, maybe we rebuild this thing.
Right, that is a good question. Time will tell on that one. But we definitely have some bigger fish to fry right now.
This is true, we are busy preparing for next spring. Not to mention the taxes have to be done soon for easy swap pots. We don't really want to be stuck in a pen, if you catch my drift.
That's understandable. Me personally, I wouldn't really be worried about dropping the soap. I'd kind of be more worried about picking up the soap, right? But let's focus on not going to the penitentiary in the first place. We definitely have a lot of work around here to keep us busy and out of trouble.
And that is also true. And there's certainly not enough time in a day to get it all done. But we are in fall and there is still things growing on in the garden. So let's check in with our reporter and catch what's growing on. Yeah, thanks guys. Busy Bee here, standing down by the bay with our master gardener in training. So, what do we got growing here down by the bay?
We got some watermelons right here.
And what's that old saying go, down by the bay?
Where the watermelon grow.
Have you gotten to try these watermelon yet?
Yeah, we actually got a few watermelon so far.
And how were they tasting?
Really good.
Should we hop over to the next spot to see what's growing on?
Yes, we shall.
All right, I see we're on another row in the main garden. See a bunch of greenery here. MGIT, what's growing on?
Right here we have some lettuce. We ate some for lunch in a salad today.
And what'd you think of the lettuce then?
It was really good.
Is that why that patch right there would be missing?
Yes, it is.
Oh my goodness. And I can tell that these leaves look a little bit different. What do we got growing on in this patch?
So right here we got some radishes.
And are the radishes hot?
I don't know yet.
I guess we'll find out. Let's take it on to the next patch to see what's growing on.
All right.
There we go. Well, I can see you standing here next to another row of greenery. What do we got growing on here?
Cabbage and cauliflower.
Can you point out which is which?
Down here in the back we have the cauliflower, and up here in the front we have the cabbage.
Kind of looks like it's a little slow growing, eh?
Yeah, it's dying down, unfortunately.
Well, we can only hope for the best, right?
Right.
All right, let's see what else is growing on in this garden.
All right.
Well, it was quite the obstacle getting over some root crops to get back to this little hidden gem here. What do we got growing on here, AJ?
Over here we have some Brussels sprouts.
And is it our first year growing Brussels sprouts?
No.
Is it our first year getting Brussels sprouts on the plants?
Yes.
You got that right. Is there anything else you want to show me for what's growing on here in the gardens?
Actually, yeah, I do.
All right, let's take it to the one last spot.
All right.
So what in the thorny patch are you trying to show me here, AJ?
Raspberries is what I'm trying to show you.
Oh yeah, are those raspberries ready to eat?
Yes, they are.
Well, let's give one a shot here.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And give me one word to describe those raspberries.
Delicious.
Delicious is the word. Back to you guys.
Well, it's good to see that there's still some plants that don't mind the cold nights that we've been getting at night. Definitely looks like you got a couple more BLTs in your future. So are you getting sick of those yet?
Oh no. I enjoyed the very first BLT earlier in the season, but I'm also well aware that they're coming to an end. So I'm going to enjoy every BLT until the last tomato comes off the vine.
Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad you like tomatoes. Not really my thing. I'm more so looking forward to baking some of them pumpkin seeds. And I must say, the gardens definitely look different now in the fall than they did in the summer or even in the spring.
Yeah, no doubt. Switching topics though, I heard Easy Swap Pots is having an open house tour to give the customers a little inside look at how their products are made. Should we check out that virtual tour now?
I think we should. Let's check that out. Thanks for coming by for our virtual open house tour. Well, we're standing here in the cutting shop of Easy Swap Pots, and this is where it all gets started. So we got our fabric rolls like you see here. And one of our newest pieces of equipment here at Easy Swap is our new racking system to hold our fabric. As you can see, they roll, which makes it super easy to pull out our fabric. We just got a standard 4x8 cutting table here. We do have a double-sided cutting mat. So like I said, we start with our roll, we roll it out, and then we got our nice handmade jigs. We do have jigs of all shapes and sizes, depending on whether it's a window basket, a trough basket, a hanging basket, or one of our fabric pots. So we do use some pretty critical tooling around here. We just use a cutting wheel or a cutter that most like your mothers would use or grandparents would use for sewing or quilting. And then we also use a scissors. So pretty straightforward. We just put our jig down on our material. We use our cutting wheel. We cut all the way around the perimeter. And then we just use the scissors to make the final connection. Once that is done, we remove the jig. And then we are just left. This right here happens to be a 48-inch box liner. As you can see here, if we were to fold these up, that's how we get the box. So we take out our shape, and then we got to bring this inside, and Brandon will show you what we're going to do with it.
Hey, thanks Ryan for showing off all our fancy equipment. So here we are in the dungeon, showing you phase 2 of what happens here on the Easy Swap manufacturing side of things. We have to sew those fabric pots up, or those fabric liners. And so we set you down here at phase 1 of what happens after they're cut. And now that we got the fancy stitch on her with the serging machine, time to take her over to phase 3 and get her all stitched up. This one's a little louder, and this is our straight stitch machine. There, that's one side, and I just got 3 more to go. And there she is, finished product. This one can actually skip the snapping step because we don't have to put snaps in it, and it can just get folded up and put on the shelf, ready for sale.
Ready?
Yep.
So we do have one more step to get this ready to ship out to you guys. So we just fold it up. We put the old product tag on there. Ties it in a nice knot for you. And then we just put it on our shelf, which we can show you in a little bit here. So here's our inventory wall. As you can see, it is filling up for next spring. That's right. So while he's also doing that, just to give you guys a heads up, we are also planning shows for next spring. Right now, we are currently busy listing our products on Amazon. So pretty soon you'll be able to find us on Amazon. You can always find us on eBay, Etsy, and always the #1 source to get our products, EasySwapPots.com. Back to you guys. So it's cool to see that there are still some small family businesses operating. It's also really cool to see that they still make all their own products. Not too many businesses can say that these days.
That is very true. It also shows that they take pride in what they do and have a little moral grounds to be standing on.
So they do say Green Bay, Wisconsin, but really they're in Seymour, Wisconsin, because not too many people have heard of Seymour, Wisconsin, but everyone has heard of Green Bay, Wisconsin because of the Green Bay Packers. But Easy Swap is trying to change that and put Seymour on the map and make it a household name.
Well, true that. I sure hope that household name becomes a staple sooner than later. On the plus side, we do have a garden tip of the week for those viewers who have stuck around this far in the episode. We do appreciate you gals and guys for watching. And let's take it out to see this week's garden tip.
Absolutely.
Brennan here with your garden tip of the week. Now, I certainly can't take credit for this. This is an idea I got after watching David the Goods channel, one of my favorite YouTube garden channels, by the way. Shout out there. And so yeah, spice things up and make things a little easier on your wrists and your back by getting yourself a machete. So now instead of bending over to take care of this cauliflower, I could just clean it up with a machete. And there you have it. I just harvested a cauliflower. I didn't have to use a pruners, which is hard on hands with arthritis, and I certainly didn't have to bend over as much. And I really look forward to doing some fall cleanup in the garden with this thing. And it only helps you feel empowered, and it spices up gardening. So that's my garden tip of the week. Back to you.
Well, finally, a garden tip that sounds a little fun. That sounds like a pretty nice garden tool to have. I need to get me one of them.
No doubt. And while you're at it, you might want to invest in some shin guards too. Yay. Anyways, it's about time to wrap it up. We thank you all for watching.
I'm Tall Rye.
And I'm Busy Bee, and we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.